We would like to welcome everyone to the 2023 Lawrence County Hog Show. We would like to welcome our judge today, Tony Nye. Now entering the ring for Class 1, James Bevins, tag 18. Heidi Lambert, tag 92. Grady Holland, tag 94. Lincoln Orsbon, tag 24. Lakin Berry, tag 7. Mary Beth Back, tag 87. Bentley Regal, tag 58. And Bentley Holland, tag 97. Judge, this is your class.
Yeah, let's give all this class here a nice round of applause as we start your show here tonight. I'm going to start with the young lady's black pig here. Both of these are very similar from the side profile. They've got shape. They've got that extra extension. They're sound and free moving out here. You know, they've got a good show ring presence out here. When I view them from behind and coming at me, that's where the black pig excels the white blue butt here. I just felt like there's more power coming and going out of that pig, and they've both got both of these very well presented. The young man's blue butt, there again, very sleek in its appearance, lots of shape. Really like the skin and hair coat on that pig very well. As I said, I just need to open him up a little bit more coming and going at me to get around that class winner, but two very, very nice pigs to start your show. The outlier in our top three is this pig coming out in third. Just gets a little too boxy and a little bit too short and coupled and round in its overall muscle. But again, one that's very well presented, good feet and legs on that pig, lots of product about it. We just need to see more extension, make it a little more streamlined to compete. Young lady coming out here with the white pig, one that doesn't balance up quite as nicely as our top three in the class, but one again has that more extended front end in it. Wants to run down a little bit, but yet we still want to appreciate the muscle mass and shape that it has. We just need to balance that pig up, raise it up at the point of the shoulder to compete higher. Young man's pig here that is very timid out here as far as the pig goes. just not wanting to drive real aggressive out here, but yet one again that fits the mold in terms of what we will be looking for, and just, true muscle shape, good width, good structure, good presence out here. Just not quite enough of that pig, to get higher. The young man's pig coming out, really one that's a powerhouse, very similar to our third place pig in the class. I just need to get this pig corrected on its pasterns, both front and rear, to get any higher in this place. Coming out next, the next two coming out, pigs that don't balance up quite as well. They're giving up that extra shape and look and show ring presence out here. But again, the kids have done a great job. Let's give them a nice round of applause again as we go through the evening.
Class 2 to the holding area. Results from Class 1: in 8th place, James Bevins; in 7th place, Lakin Berry; in 6th place, Bentley Holland; in 5th place, Lincoln Orsbon; in 4th place, Heidi Lambert; in 3rd place, Grady Holland; in 2nd place, Bentley Regal; and in 1st place, Mary Beth Back. Now entering the ring for Class 2, Bentley Holland, tag 96, Dawson Forbush, tag 3, Caleb Smith, tag 55, Rowdy Huff, tag 71, Rocky Huff, tag 69, Shayna Leffingwell, tag 37, and Haley Kipp, tag 80. We would like to thank our Market Hog show sponsors, Art and Amy Bell, Jason and Kelly Forbush, Wade's Work and Western, Starlight 4-H Club, Matt and Ben Ferguson, Kitts Hill Willing Workers 4-H Club, Chris Collier Lawrence County Board of Education, Jeff Floyd Lawrence County Board of Education, and Sins Valley FFA.
Let's give this class of exhibitors a nice round of applause. I've got my top two out here, and there's a lot of similarities, but yet there's some differences in these two that are out here besides color out here. I'm going to go with the young man's belted pig over there to my left to win this class. One that I just read being truer in its muscle, stouter in its makeup, coming and going with a little bit more width, especially coming at me. I read that pig as just being a little bit wider through the floor of the chest, having a little bit truer rib in him. The young man's blue butt headed here in front of me, one that, again, you have to appreciate for that show ring look. I'd love to see her with her head up a little bit more and on the move a little bit more. She can be sometimes a little off, but when she's out walking, you get a good read. I need to change her coming at me just a little bit in respect to our class winner. I need to open her up just a little bit. She wants to toe in a little bit, but you certainly appreciate the freshness of skin and hair. Good design, really good in terms of muscle shape. Just not enough there to compete with our class winner. The young lady's pig that's out here that's hard to drive for her, got a kind of an attitude, one that, again, really good skin and hair. You have to appreciate that gilt going out. One that I didn't read as being as heavy boned, not being as true in its muscle shape, wants to be a little bit rounder overall, but one that you really, really have to appreciate there in third. Young man going out there in fourth, one that I hate saying things like this, but I need to take a rib out of that pig. It's a little too long. It starts breaking down a little bit in terms of its balance and look. Gets to be a little too sleek and a little too shallower in that forerib, but certainly appreciate the muscle and the length of front in it. I just need to give it more power. Young lady's pig coming out next is one that's got power. I just need to clean it up through that head and neck area. Maybe make it a little bit more show ring present out there, but again, one that I really like. And as we work down through the class, the young man's Hereford appearing pig out here, one that I just need to add more muscle shape throughout to compete higher in this class. But again, let's give him a nice round of applause for a good class.
Class 3 to the holding area. Results from Class 2. In 7th place, Dawson Forbush. In 6th place, Caleb Smith. In 5th place, Haley Kipp. In 4th place, Rocky Huff. In 3rd place, Shayna Leffingwell. In 2nd place, Rowdy Huff. And in 1st place, Bentley Holland. Now entering the ring for Class 3, Lincoln Orsbon, tag 23, Emma Berry, tag 5, Brant Gore, tag 52, Addison Berry, tag 9, Zachary Adkins, tag 102, Nathaniel Willer, tag 56, Bentley Regal, tag 59, Madison Bevins, tag 16, and Judah Wright, tag 15. Just a reminder, if you do not have a wristband that authorizes you into the pig area, please exit now. Our judge for tonight is Tony Nye from Washington Courthouse, Ohio. He is a graduate of The Ohio State University with Bachelor's of Masters in Animal Breeding and Genetics. Tony is just retired after 35 years from OSU Extension in Clinton County. Tony and his family own and operate Breeder's Choice Boar Stud and run about 20 sows that produce show pigs that they sell across the country. Tony and his daughter also operate a meat goat business as well. Just a reminder, for the hog you will not be selling on Saturday. The drop slips are due by tomorrow at noon. Drop slips are available at the announcer's stand.
Let's give these folks a nice round of applause in this class. I decided to let 3 out here into that a little bit. Why? But I think in our top 2 here, I'm going to use the young man with the black-headed pig over here to my left as your class winner. One that I think puts the most positives together in terms of being bold, heavy structured in terms of this class, sound and free moving, still has very good muscle shape about it. If I wanted to change this pig just a little bit, I'd like to maybe extend it through that head and neck area. It wants to be a little shorter coming out of that shoulder blade through that neck and head area, but one that you have to really appreciate this class, just having the overall power to compete in this class to the top spot. Young man's belted pig's gonna be second. One that I read really in terms of having that show ring presence. I really appreciate its extension and cleanliness of head. It just gives up that extra power that our class winner had, but one you certainly have to appreciate for muscle, the show ring presence that I said, and that look, but still being very mobile. That's the difference between our second and third. The young man's white pig here needs to be freer and easier moving off those rear wheels. Other than that, you have to really like this pig in terms of its muscle shape, its look, its extension through that front end. One that, again, you have to think about and appreciate through that center rib in relationship to our second place pig. I just need to make it more sound and freer moving off those rear wheels. Young man's coming out here in fourth. One that, again, really appreciate for just the extra dimension and muscle that it exhibits. One that's still free and easy moving. Maybe just gives up that show ring look out here compared to our top 3, but one that I think still is bold, has plenty of muscle shape about it, and still thick and still represents a market hog class very well. Coming out in 5th, I need to apologize to the young man. I told him 4th because I had 4 in my head I was leaving out here. He is 5th, but I wanted to appreciate that he was making sure the judge was on his toes. One that I just need to see more total mass throughout, and as we work through the class, that's the same scenario. Pigs that are just giving up too much natural shape and thickness to compete higher in this class. This young man coming out with this pig, one that you really have to appreciate, that looks like he's taken well care of this pig, really good skin and hair coat, and that maybe is one reason why he moves up above some of these others. But again, pigs that have made it to the fair, they need to be congratulated, and let's give them a nice round of applause as they go back.
Class 4 to the holding area. Class 4 to the holding area. Results from Class 3. In 9th place, Emma Berry. In 8th place, Addison Berry. In 7th place, Madison Bevins. In 6th place, Brant Gore. In 5th place, Lincoln Orsbon. In 4th place, Nathaniel Willer. In 3rd place, Judah Wright. In 2nd place, Zachary Atkins. And in 1st place, Bentley Regal. Now entering the ring for Class 4, Allie Day, tag 79, Rocky Huff, tag 70, Madison Webb, tag 60, Madison Bevins, tag 17, Mason Jones, tag 19, Cameron Webb, tag 61, Caleb Smith, tag 53, and Samuel Cook, tag 88.
Let's give these young people a nice round of applause in this class. I think we've got 3 really good pigs here on top here, and there's one that just rises to the top in my mind in terms of being extra bold, heavy structured, really free and easy moving out here. Comes and goes with a little more width and authority. Also, just comes with that extra power. I'd maybe like to clean it up just through that throat and neck area just ever so slightly, but it blends in and balances very, very well. That's the young lady with the blue roan that wins this class. Where I think it gets closer is between our second and third place out here. I'm going to use the young man's blue butt here in front of me to be second. One that when he gets out and drives, I really appreciate this pig out here on the move. I told him to take his hand off of that pig because that pig every once in a while wants to drop his top and kind of get a little discombobulated in his top line. But one that I really like in terms of being just a little bit fresher in his makeup, a little bit truer in his overall muscle. I like that he's a little taller at the point of the shoulder than our third place animal. Take nothing away from the young man's third place here. One that's really attractive from the side profile. I just think gives up a little bit too much in terms of that overall height at the top of the point of the shoulder, giving me that little extra edge and look and appearance out here, but one you still have to appreciate being square, heavy muscled, still relatively free and easy moving, just has those few things that we have to give up in terms of competing against our top 2. The powerhouse one out here in terms of just really being big volumed and heavy muscled comes out here in fourth. One that we just need to clean up in that lower 1/3. If we can get rid of some of that excess belly in this pig, maybe lean it up just a little bit over that loin edge. One that could maybe compete a little bit better, but certainly the overall product and package that it exhibits, puts it very comfortably in fourth hole. As we work down the line, pigs that either just don't have enough muscle in their top line, the young man's white pig coming out, one that's extremely long-bodied and lean. I just need to have more product from end to end, maybe just raise its top, strengthen its top there in the middle. Coming out next, one again, that on a profile, there's some things you like. This pig just doesn't balance up from end to end for me to compete higher. And as we work the rest of the class, pigs that just need a little more power, they need a little bit more show ring presence to compete. But again, let's give these young people a nice round of applause as they go back to their pens.
Results from Class 4. In 8th place, Madison Webb. In 7th place, Cameron Webb. In 6th place, Mason Jones. In 5th place, Caleb Smith. In 4th place, Madison Bevins. In 3rd place, Rocky Huff. In 2nd place, Samuel Cook. And in 1st place, Allie Day. Now entering the ring for Class 5, Caleb Ritchie, tag 35, Brinley Gore, tag 51, Tucker Huff, tag 39, Levi Best, tag 44, Samuel Cook, tag 88, Josh Saunders, tag 46, Easton Collier, tag 50, J.R. Turner, tag 83, and Anderson Myers, tag 75.
Let's give this class of exhibitors a nice round of applause, if you will. Definitely our deepest set up to this point. We can go all the way down to, fifth in this class with really good quality market pigs here. We've got the young man along the fence there. That pig doesn't want to drive worth a nickel out here, and that's nothing against the young man, but it's time for the judge to make a decision out here and yet to, try and be fair. And so, when he can get that pig on a drive, you can see a lot of great things out there on that pig. You like the boldness coming at you. You like the structure that it exhibits. When he came into the class early with this pig, got some super drives, I'm going with my first impression, he wins the class. Young man, you're going to be second. You have a really good pig here. Where you get beat in this class is I need to see more rib shape. You get flatter in your rib, you get narrower coming at me, but son, you can drive that gilt all day long and she's just as comfortable out here. I love her look, I love her shape, I love her design. I just need to open her up to beat that class winner, in terms of that. Other than that, you got a really, really nice one there. Young man with the blue butt, take nothing away from you. You've got more of a power hog here. I just need to see a little bit more classier act out here in relationship to our top two, but you certainly have to appreciate the muscle mass, the boldness of rib, which you have the excel over the second place, but I just need more of that show look to get above that second place pig. Coming out in fourth, one again, in another class, maybe this is a class winner, one that you really like for just having that good overall appearance in terms of really good shape, really good structure, bold and sound and free moving. I give up a little bit of frame size with that pig in relationship to our top three. Coming out in fifth, one that gets a little plainer from the side, wants to run downhill just a nickel, maybe doesn't balance up as nice, but again, another nice pig. And as we move through the class, again, the young man coming out here in sixth, I just need more pig here. Need to open it up. We need more rib. We need to maybe make it just a little stouter in its rib shape. And as we move through the class, pigs that are carrying a little bit too much bark or fat on them, pigs that need to work on their structure, the young man in eighth, that pig just needs to move freer to get higher in this place. But again, a really good class, the deepest one we've seen. Let's give him a nice round of applause again, if you will.
Class 6 to the holding area. Class 6 to the holding area. Results from Class 5. In 9th place, Brindley Gore. In 8th place, Samuel Cook. In 7th place, Tucker Huff. In 6th place, Levi Best. In 5th place, J.R. Turner. In 4th place, Anderson Myers. In 3rd place, Josh Saunders. In 2nd place, Easton Collar. And in 1st place, Caleb Ritchie. Now entering the ring for Class 6, Larissa Graybell, tag 22, Nathaniel Willer, tag 57, Jackson Gates, tag 13, Caden Neal, tag 74, Parker Foster, tag 91, Shayna Leffingwell, tag 36, Levi Best, tag 43, and Josh Saunders, tag 47.
He can stay out here. I'm going to use the young man's clown pig here in front of me as the complete pig. As I analyze these three, in terms of this class, I'd like to change all three of these. The young man that's already went out of the ring, don't let him out. I'm not done talking here, guys. In terms of our class winner here, the clown appearing pig and its color pattern, one you have to just really appreciate in terms of being the complete one out here that reads truer in its muscle, really sound and mobile, maybe just a little bit stouter in its makeup, maybe just a little more balanced than our second place barrow, but yet one that, if I wanted to change it, I'd maybe just like to lengthen it out through that neck, maybe lengthen it out through that rump just a tick better, but one that I just felt like, comes to the top in my mind. The young lady's barrow that comes in second, one that kind of grows on you. Really, again, you have to appreciate for that show ring presence, really fresh in its appearance, has that natural muscling working in about it. I love how she's got that head up in that pig. It takes a bigger stride when it's got that head up. It flows a little bit truer and easier. The pig that was in third, the pig that maybe reads one, you either start with him or put him in third. And for me today, I had to put him in third. I just didn't read that pig as being as true and natural in his muscling, being a little softer over that loin edge, being a little flatter in that rib. But one again, I wouldn't argue that somebody wants to use that pig to win. In my mind today, he stood third. Coming out next, young man's got a pig here that I'd love to see just get out there and go a little bit faster. One that is better on the move, but one that, again, I love its front 2/3, 3/4 of it through that head and neck. I really love the expression of muscle that it exhibits. Where it falls out in terms of our top three, I need to see that pig move freer, more confident off those rear wheels. It wants to tuck and twist a little bit more in relationship to our top three. Coming out in fifth here, one that, again, has no holes in it. Maybe didn't get the best drive at times, but one that's a little plainer in its appearance, still has some width and some natural thickness about it, just, didn't have quite all the goodies that some of our top end did. Again, a young man that's got a really thick, heavy muscled pig out here, one that doesn't balance up quite as nicely for me, but again, one that you have to appreciate the amount of muscle that it exhibits. I need to strengthen it off its rear wheel, open it up, and the same can be true here. I told the young man, nice pig here. It needs to track freer and easier. We get into our next couple pigs here, and again, one that doesn't balance up, has a lot of muscle working in its top. I need to crank that head up, extend it a little bit more, just balance it and make it look truer in its stride. But again, a very nice class of market hogs here.
Class 7 to the holding area. Class 7 to the holding area. Results from Class 6. In 8th place, Larissa Graybell. In 7th place, Levi Best. In 6th place, Nathaniel Willer. In 5th place, Josh Saunders. In 4th place, Parker Foster. In 3rd place, Jackson Gates. In 2nd place, Shayna Leffingwell. And in 1st place, Caden Neal. Now entering the ring for Class 7, Easton Collier, tag 49. Mary Beth Back, tag 86. Alyssa Wall, tag 84. Lane Bell, tag 32. Jason Lewis, tag 103. Devin Fife, tag 101. Zachary Atkins, tag 67. Emery Clark, tag 64. Brandon Fout, tag 82. And Caitlin Maynard, tag 30.
Let's give these young people a nice round of applause. By far our deepest class from end to end. I commend the parents and the kids in this drive for bringing a nice set, you know, and it's unfortunate that some of these pigs don't want to drive as well, but you know, it's part of the game as we go. But I try and give them all as good a look as I can, so you know, if you feel like you didn't get a good look, you know that I am trying, but you got to get them out here as well. But at the same time, I'm trying to be fair and deliberate in my decisions. In my top pair here are the two roan pigs here, pigs that are very similar in many ways, and yet there's some differences out here as we get to analyzing them. The young man here with the barrow that's got a real show presence out here, love the skin and hair coat. The young lady that's got a little bit more bone, a little more mass maybe. So you have to start determining where your differences are and where your preferences are in terms of what you want to do in terms of this class. I'm going to use the young man's barrow to win this class. I'd like to maybe peel just a little bit off this barrow, but I just love the bone, the width, the mass, the drive out here in terms of it. Young lady, take nothing away from this pig. I like this pig. You give up just a little bit of that freshness out here, but I love the bone and the structure and the stride out here. Love the mass. I just felt it was a very close decision. I wouldn't argue with anybody around ringside that would flip the pair. The young man with the third place gilt here with the black head, one that I really, really like from a side profile. But when I get on top of it, I just don't read it as being as true in terms of shape and muscle as our top two. But young man, that's a very, very good pig in a very deep class. Coming out next, one that's really, really flashy out here, young man. There's a lot of things I really like about this gilt. If it was me, she'd be staying in a breeding pen rather than a market class. There's a lot of things about her that I really like in terms of its shape, its look, its elevation at the point of the shoulder, its free and easy movement. I just didn't think there was enough in that lower 1/3 in relationship to our class winner and our second place to get above the rest of the class. Young man, again, I commented earlier, had a real attractive pig in an earlier class. Again, I really like a lot of things about this gilt. Like our gilt ahead of it, I just need to see more natural width in that lower rib, coming and going as well, but one that you really have to appreciate for the attractiveness out there. We get one that's just real complete, no holes in it, one that we just like to see a little bit more extension, maybe a balance up just a little bit more through that head and neck area, but one you really have to be appreciative of, that boldness and thickness and bone. I just needed to see just a little bit more flash and flare maybe in relationship to the rest in the class. As we move down the line, again, pigs that are really, really good. This is the deepest class from end to end, no questions. It just starts, you know, getting to the place, where do you set your priorities? What are those fine points that you'd like to change? This one, again, I'd like to raise it at the point of the shoulder just a little bit, make it move just a little freer out of its rear hip. But again, young man, you just got into a buzzsaw here. Young lady here again, one that gets a little shorter coupled to me, wants to get a little rounder in its top. But again, a very, very good pig in a tough class. And again, as I said, as we move down the class, pigs that I just need to change in some areas to compete. The young lady coming out last here, again, one you certainly have to appreciate from a production standpoint. I need to lengthen it out, lean it up from end to end. But again, a very, very good class. Give them a nice round of applause again, please.
Class 8 to the holding area. Class 8 to the holding area. Results from Class 7. In 10th place, Caitlin Maynard. In 9th place, Brandon Fout. In 8th place, Mary Beth Back. In 7th place, Zachary Adkins. In 6th place, Emery Clark. In 5th place, Easton Collier. In 4th place, Lane Bell. In 3rd place, Jason Lewis. In 2nd place, Alyssa Wall. And in 1st place, Devin Fife. Now entering the ring for Class 8, Cameron Kearns, tag 42, Levi Ross, tag 62, Grace Saunders, tag 45, Rowdy Huff, tag 72, Anderson Myers, tag 76, Tucker Huff, tag 40, Levi Ross, tag 63, Lydia Saunders, tag 48, Lane Bell, tag 31, and Caleb Ritchie, tag 34.
Let's give all these young people a nice round of applause, if you will. Again, another nice class to evaluate here, and again, it's a deep class. A lot of quality runs through this class, and young people, keep your heads up high. Trust me, I've been there. Our family's done showing and have been for years, but it's one person's opinion out here, and so I can be the bad guy all night for a lot of you. There's only a couple people that are going to be really happy at the end of the night, but I appreciate judging good quality livestock, and I want everybody to know that I think this is a good set of county fair market hogs, and they can compete at a lot of county fairs, top to bottom. So give yourselves a nice round of applause again for bringing good hogs. I'm going to use the young man's speckled up pig here to win the class. One to me. It kind of puts all the positives together in the best package. One that's, I really like out on the move. Got its head up, really like that extension. I like the height at the point of the shoulder. I love the power and the drive that it exhibits from end to end. When you get behind it, you really like the expression of muscle and yet still being constructively put together correct. Has the right amount of condition in my mind, one that I just thought rose to the top. The young man in second, a barrow that in my mind, I had you anywhere from second to sixth. And I think that just pays tribute to the depth in this class. But the longer this pig drove, he didn't fall apart. And he's one of those that's not real flashy, but you get to analyzing this pig, he matches up probably as natural to our class winner, just not with quite the flash and flare, but you really appreciate the boldness, the bone, the structure, and the overall muscle and mass it exhibits, I think fell into place very well. The young man that comes in third, one that is somewhat of a challenge, probably the hardest muscled pig in the class, and I was waiting for this pig to fall apart because of that. And yet the longer it drove, it actually loosened up a little bit more, got a better drive. I'd like to elevate it at the point of the shoulder, maybe just give it just a little more condition for the amount of mass and leanness that it has, but one that you really have to admire for just the overall makeup of him and the structurally correctness that he exhibits, one that again, I think falls into place very well. Coming out next, the young lady just didn't get quite the drive, but one that I really appreciate from a side profile. When I get on top of this barrow or this gilt, I don't read it as being as natural in its muscle, maybe a little softer over that loin edge and lower 1/3, but again, one that you have to appreciate for being structurally sound, has the look from the side profile, just gives up some of those extras that our top end had. Coming out next, again, another one that, again, young man, you've got one that I had all over, okay? One that I really like for a lot of things. On his drive side profile, he too, kind of like the one right above it, I just felt gets a little softer in his makeup, not as true in his muscle design, but one that you really have to appreciate for skin and hair and freshness and mobility. I just didn't read him as quite being as true in his makeup overall. Again, another one that kind of falls suit to our fifth place. Again, one that gets a little boxier, wants to give up a little frame and extension in relationship to some of the other pigs in the class. But again, another good pig in this class. You got into a tough one, I think, young man, in my mind, but I like that pig very well. Young lady's pig coming out here. Again, one that at one point didn't maybe want to cooperate, and I had to get up and look at this pig. It wants to tuck those hind legs just a little bit. It's got a little bit more cover in that lower 1/3, but I really like the mass and that about it. Coming out next, again, another one. Early on, got some really, really good drives on this barrow. One that just kind of started falling apart for me in relationship to the rest of the class. And as we move on through, the barrow, I believe, coming out next for the young man, one that just gets a little plainer, gets a little bit drier through that rib. The young man coming out next, one that, again, doesn't show me enough lower 1/3 in true muscle or shape and width coming and going, but one that, again, I think just epitomizes the depth of this class that we had. So give him a nice round of applause again.
Class 9 to the holding area. Class 9 to the holding area. Also, just a reminder, all exhibitors stay close to your pen for final drive. Results from Class 8: in 10th place, Tucker Huff; in 9th place, Anderson Myers; in 8th place, Lydia Saunders; in 7th place, Grace Saunders; in 6th place, Caleb Ritchie; in 5th place, Lane Bell; in 4th place, Cameron Kearns; in 3rd place, Rowdy Huff; in 2nd place, Levi Ross; and in 1st place, Levi Ross. Now entering the ring for Class 9, Jackson Gates, tag 12, Alyssa Wall, tag 85, Devin Fife, tag 99, Emery Clark, tag 65, Larissa Graybell, tag 21, Cameron Kearns, tag 41, Kaylee Maynard, tag 29, and Memphis Jones, tag 20. Just a reminder, at the conclusion of the show, all back tags need to be returned to the announcer's stand. And for your hog that you are not selling Saturday, the drop slip is due by tomorrow at noon. The drop slips are available at the announcer's stand.
Let's give these young people a nice round of applause and another really good class. Top to bottom again, you should be proud. You know, there's some differences out here that I'm sure different judges may take them a little bit different. I think I'm going to use the young man's black-headed barrow over here to win the class. One that just puts the most positives to me together. I really like its appearance out here from the side on the drive. I like its build. I think it's got enough muscle. I really like the skin and hair coat. One that I think just rises to the top for me. And second, young man, you've got a really good one here as well. I just want to see a little more extension. Clean it up through that jowl in relationship to our class winner. Maybe just give it a little bit more true muscle in its top, but one that, again, can drive all day. Really like a lot of things about it. Coming out in third, young lady's got one that's a little bit harder to drive at times, but, you know, we work together to get a good look at this one. I read it as being just a little softer over that loin edge in relationship to our top two, but one, again, you have to certainly admire for stoutness, ruggedness, structure, boldness, you know, a good complete pig there that falls into third. Coming out in fourth, kind of the outlier of my top four. One that if I can just add more oomph from front to rear in that lower 1/3, she gets a little bit flatter in her lower rib. She gets a little flatter in that side of the upper rib. One that, again, though, from a side profile, you really have to appreciate for the attractiveness and just the show ring presence that it has. That's all right. Coming out next, one that I really like for a lot of things, you know, in terms of just power and muscle and mass. As the drive went on, this pig just gets tighter at that ham-loin junction, and that relates to a shorter, choppier stride behind. Wants to start rolling just a little bit out of that blade, but one you certainly have to admire for a lot of positives. Coming out next, this blue-headed pig. Again, one that from a side profile, you really appreciate. We just need more oomph from end to end in relationship to our class winners. As we come out with the rest of the pigs in the class, again, we need more natural shape. We need a little bit more show look to them. But again, these young people have done a great job presenting them. The pigs look like they've performed well. They've got muscle. Again, the young man's barra here gets a little plainer in relationship, doesn't balance up as well as some of the other ones above it. But again, a very complete, good quality animal to round the class. Let's give them a nice round of applause, please.
Results from Class 9. In 8th place, Kaylee Maynard. In 7th place, Memphis Jones. In 6th place, Cameron Kearns. In 5th place, Larissa Graybell. In 4th place, Jackson Gates. In 3rd place, Alyssa Wall. In 2nd place, Emery Clark. And in 1st place, Devin Fife. Now entering the ring for final drive, 1st place from Class 1, Mary Beth Back. First place from Class 2, Bentley Holland. First place from Class 3, Bentley Regal. First place from Class 4, Allie Day. First place from Class 5, Caleb Ritchie. First place from Class 6, Caden Neal. First place from Class 7, Devin Fife. First place from Class 8, Levi Ross. And first place from Class 9, Devin Fife. All second place hogs report to the holding area. Third place hogs be on standby by your pen.
Let's give all of these young people a great round of applause. Just relax out here, guys. Number one, you guys have a great audience. I love the enthusiasm in every class, cheering on family and friends and that. That's what it's all about. It's about the kids. And it's important to remember that. This is just a dumb hog show. Don't ever forget it. I've done this all my life. Granted, my wife wishes I would have quit 20 years ago because it's just a dumb hog show and I get too involved and too emotional, right? We all do. But it's about our youth. It's about building responsibility. It's about building friendships. I want all the youth right now to give a big cheer for all your parents and 4-H and FFA advisors. Because without them, we aren't here. Some of you might think differently, but I guarantee you, without mom, dad, grandparents, advisors, other family members, we may or may not be here. Cherish the moments. I guarantee you that 2 years down the road, there won't be a person around here probably remember which one of you was grand or reserve or first or second or ninth or 10th. Because it's about us, family, friends, memories. Cherish those kinds of things. As I said earlier, I'm the bad guy. I'm going to make one or two people happy, and I'm going to make a lot of people probably not happy. I have to live with that. I chose that responsibility when I agreed to come here. But I will tell all of you, I've been very happy with the quality that we've seen today from top to bottom. Yes, there's some differences, and when we get out here for our championship drive, there are certainly differences, and some of these pigs probably don't look maybe as well as they did in class. But we've got to keep in mind that, they presented themselves well, they rose to the top in this judge's mind, and again, it's one of those things that it's my decision, and I'm one person. If we all agreed for all of our shows, for all of our livestock, there wouldn't be a need to have shows. The old extension person in me has to remember that you've got staff and young people on your junior fair board that put a lot of hours in. Give them a nice round of applause if you would. You've got fair board members around here. It's one of those unsung hero kind of things to put the fair together every year, hope that the balance sheets work out right, and that we can carry forward and have a good fair and a good fairground. So give the fair board a nice round of applause. As a judge, in my perspective out here, it's always great to have great hurdle people, ring help. Give these people a nice round of applause. I've judged a lot of fairs, and I've been in rings where I have no help and 10 holding pens. So I appreciate you guys, making things work good. And then, just the smoothest of everything around here, epitomizes that you've got great leadership, a lot of people that care, and that's so important. One last time, give these young people, all in the barn, a nice round of applause. Win, lose, or draw, you're all good quality people. We love hanging banners in our family, but at the same time, for every banner we hung, we probably got our clock cleaned many, many times over that. And that's what makes it part of the drive to come back year in and year out in 4-H and FFA, to try and do better and succeed. You're all winners. No doubt about it, you are all winners. And, you know, when you think about everything you learned growing up in 4-H and FFA, again, what happens tonight in the ring will probably be one of the fewer things you think about. It'll be experiences beyond fair. It'll be friendships that you made. It'll be some stupid thing that happened at the fair that you laugh about at Christmas and Thanksgiving dinners. It has nothing to do whether you hung a banner or not. So keep that in perspective. We didn't come here to just listen to a judge talk, though, right? Right. Okay. So, get back at it. Give them one more nice round of applause. I'm not going to talk all these pigs again. I'm going to walk and look through them, and I'm going to shake hands with your champion.
Your 2023 Grand Champion Market Hog is Devin Fife. Now entering the ring from Class 9, second place, Emery Clark. We need Alyssa Wall to the holding area. Your 2023 Reserve Champion Market Hog is Levi Ross. Now entering the ring from Class 8, second place, Levi Ross. We need Rowdy Huff to the holding area. Your 2023 third place overall Market Hog is Levi Ross. Now entering the ring from Class 8 in third place, Rowdy Huff. We need Cameron Kearns to the holding area. Your 4th place overall 2023 Market Hog is Emery Clark. Now entering the ring from Class 9, 3rd place, Alyssa Wall. We need Jackson Gates to the holding area. Your 5th place overall Market Hog is Caden Neal. Now entering the ring, 2nd place from Class 6, Shayna Leffingwell. We need Jackson Gates to the holding area. Your 6th place overall Market Hog is Caleb Ritchie. Now entering the ring, 2nd place from Class 5, Easton Collier. We need Josh Saunders, 3rd place, Class 5, to the holding area. Your 7th place overall Market Hog is Easton Collier. Now entering the ring, 3rd place from Class 5, Josh Saunders. We need 4th place Anderson Myers from Class 5 to the holding area. Your 8th place overall Market Hog is Devin Fife. Now entering the ring, 2nd place from Class 7, Alyssa Wall. We need 3rd place Jason Lewis from Class 7 to the holding area. Your 9th overall Market Hog is Allie Day. Now entering the ring from Class 4, 2nd place, Samuel Cook. Your 10th place overall Market Hog is Shayna Leffingwell. This concludes your 2023 Market Hog Show. All hogs are dismissed to go back to their pens. Results from the final drive: 10th overall, Shayna Leffingwell; 9th overall, Allie Day; 8th overall, Devin Fife. 7th overall, Easton Collier. 6th overall, Caleb Ritchie. 5th overall, Caden Neal. 4th overall, Emery Clark. 3rd overall, Levi Ross. Your 2023 Reserve Champion Market Hog was Levi Ross, and your 2023 Grand Champion Market Hog was Devin Fife.